We live, son.
Greetings.
Yeah.
And salutations.
Yes. Guten Tag. What up? Welcome. Substantial Sundays. Live from the Sheff Shop. I am substantial. Looking like I just, you know what I mean, fresh out of church. I'm looking like got Sunday best for substantial.
Like a young deacon out here.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you just got through taking 4 offerings.
Welcome to the show. We are so happy to have you join us today. We are blessed and highly favored. To my right, we have the good brother, Sir Sheffield, Pastor Sheffield, pardon me.
Yes.
You know, he is a pastor and an amazing barber as well. Say hi to the people, brother.
Hello, and good evening.
Yes. So we are happy to get the show started. Yeah, man, we didn't start clowning, but yeah, y'all, we are happy to be back. We took a week off. Sherm was celebrating the birth of his
5th birthday of my little man.
Yeah,
it was spectacular.
Man. Happy birthday, Olu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man. So how was it?
It was cool, man. We just had ended up at my parents' house. Had a few little kids over.
That's right.
My homies with their kids, and one of Nicole friends came over with her sons. Good little time, man. Just ran around in the yard and ate food, ate some burgers and fries and all that good stuff, and that's it.
The strippogram I said come through.
It did.
Okay,
I showed it to him.
That's
this is favorite. It's definitely his favorite card. That's definitely.
That's clearly, I'm joking. For those who think, you know what I'm saying, you got some people, you got some dummies out here, so you know what I mean, you got to clarify.
Peace, man.
Yeah, man.
Shinobi.
Yeah, so bear with me. I'm using my daughter's iPad to basically, you see, look, I'm already having technical. It's all bad over there.
It ain't even rotating.
It's ridiculous. Oh, right boy. Yeah, the struggle is real. So there we go.
Levi Rowe, peace.
You know what I'm saying? So peace to everybody whose name I can't see. So for those of you, if it's your first time watching Substantial Sundays, make sure you say peace. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And most importantly, as I say every time, share the link. That way we can get more people to join us and stuff like that and have a great show and get some dope questions, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So, Sherm, you know how I go. We're going to start with Shop Talk. Shop Talk. It might as well be Shop Talk. Because, you know what I'm saying, you always put us on to the great music.
Well,
who's been listening to?
First and foremost, I ran into a video on YouTube the other day called Potato Salad. It is Tyler, the creator, and ASAP Rocky. You said who?
I said, was it Karen's potato salad?
No, it was not. This was definitely not Karen's potato salad.
Okay,
Both show.
But
yeah, it was super. It's over. I can't think of whose beat that is, but it's over. It's a Monica track. I forgot what song. It's a Monica track though. But
they bodied that.
Yeah, man. They go in. They definitely go in. And Tyler kind of he shows his lyrical chops, even though he kind of shows it all the time. But as far as that back-to-back tandem rap, just giving up just just straight metaphors and similes type bars, he really goes in on this joint. And him and ASAP surprisingly are a great combo. I know they're good friends, but they are surprisingly a great combo. I think that if rumor is correct, they're supposed to be doing a project together, I believe.
Oh, wow.
I believe. Don't quote me on it, but I believe I heard they're supposed to be doing a project together.
Yeah. The song's dope. The joint.
Yeah, Kanye did produce it. Yes.
Yeah, that joint was crazy. Thoroughly enjoyed that joint.
Perfect dichotomy. That is a very, very good way of putting that.
Yeah, man. Sherm played it for me, and we had a quick run to make. And Sherm played it for me in the whip, and yeah, it was dope. Who got who though? I already know who I think got it, but I'm curious to. I enjoyed both.
I'm gonna say just by a hair, Tyler.
Yeah.
Just by a hair though.
Yeah.
Because he gets a second verse in.
Yeah, it didn't matter. By the time his first verse was done, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Cause he's bully footed that joint.
Out the gate. I was like, I've never heard Tyler go like this. Tell you.
Shut up! It's my beat. It's my beat. Yeah, he was bullied for that.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was dope. So shout out to both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully they all working on a project.
Right.
I would love to hear that. But on the next note,
you tell them about that. I'm gonna fix something over here. You know, they're not gonna know. Yeah, no, it's nothing they're gonna notice. I need something from there to make this work.
Okay.
But yeah,
on another note, we got the Mac Miller Swimming, which is by far his most mature and best project. Like, I love Mac Miller. I've been a Mac Miller fan since I think Faces. I think Faces was his first real good mixtape when he started to really kind of get focused on production and like really making kind of being more musical than just rapping. But yeah, I'm talking about from watching movies with the sound off to Good AM to the Divine Feminine. This is definitely his best project. Like it's so mature, it is so focused, and it's so transparent. Like he's an open book on this joint. He talks about everything that's going on with him.
A little bit I heard it sound really dope. And if you're saying it's better than Divine Feminine, that's that joint was
this joint
crazy.
To me it plays like one of those real artsy independent movies that like get you to examine your existence, and you know and life's meanings and things like that. Like it plays kind of like the soundtrack to one of those movies. Like it's really dope project. But yeah, those are the two most important things going on right now. I've checked some other things out in passing, like Knowledge and Rock Moss dropped the joint. Didn't really do much for me. I didn't really get too far into it because it's just Rock Moss is a good artist, but he just doesn't really change anything up.
We talked about it on the show before. Definitely,
one trick pony. But like we always say, not a bad trick.
Not a bad trick.
His trick is fleeting though. It's like, dude, like you just doing that trick still?
Right.
Like he's still doing 360 dunks, basically. Right. It's like, dog, they going between the legs and everything now, man.
Right. Yeah, man. I'm gonna give it a listen or whatever. Like with him, I feel like I'm usually just kind of listening for the one joint where it's like the best of the joints where he kind of does the trick that he does. You know what I mean? And then I find that joint, or maybe it's two sometimes where I'm like, yeah, I'm really gonna play the hell out of these. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But let's see. I think I am finally.
Oh, what up, Miss Nick Fit? How you doing, girl?
You know what I'm saying? It's always dope when the wives come through to support. You know what I'm saying?
You up yet?
I am up now.
Okay.
We got a rack of questions already?
Not questions, just a lot of comments.
Okay.
I love them both. Rocky is most certainly one of those rappers who have an impeccable flow on most tracks. Tyler now is really, really in his bag. Yeah, I agree with that. On some I want to be taken extremely serious, I can rap. Yeah. Right. Levi Rose said that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so for whatever reason, I don't see the questions on my joint. Yeah, I already tried. No love. I might have to go a different route with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm working it out. So just so you know, if you got questions, you know what I mean, Sherm is gonna try to make sure I can see your questions.
See if we can share this a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Because my normal situation. So look, I should probably tell them, you know what I mean, why I'm looking like Pastor Robinson today.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get into it.
We did. We normally we just jump right into the music. So first of all, I hope y'all had a great weekend. I had a really dope weekend. How was yours?
I had a nothing weekend.
Okay. Gotcha.
My weekend was cleaning the bathroom. That's like really. That's why I need to get out of the house tonight. That's why I'm trying to find a way out of this house. I had cabin fever. Yeah. I was busy Saturday after I finished working. I was laying in the bed watching. What were me and Olu watching? Me and Olu watching something on TV. He was watching more of it than I was because I was dying. But yeah, I had nothing weekend. Not bad. You know, Sugar That Old was always great. But you know, it wasn't anything. I ain't gonna go violent.
Yeah. Right. It's like, hopefully not. Right. For all the wrong reasons. I think, what was it? I did Friday. I kicked it with my homie from I know him from Baton Rouge, and then that's my man Matt Bruce. Shout out to him. Was kicking it with him in the studio for a bit. Was having some dope vegan taco action. You know what I mean? And then we went and who we check out? We went to check out the homie Mega Ran because he came back in town. Speaking of which, if you haven't watched that Mega Ran interview I did last week for Substantial Sundays, make sure you check that out.
And if you have never heard of Mega Ran's music, definitely check him out. Dude's pretty dope.
He's dope. So shout out to Mega Ran. So Mega Ran was back in town to do this event, and it was through Events DC and my homies Tag, who basically teach technology and gaming to students. Yes, yep. And so they do that in DC area, and they partnered up to do this event where the kids got to meet professional gamers, basically people who play video games professionally. They got to meet several folks or whatever who that's what they do, and they make a very good living for themselves doing that. And besides meeting those people, they also got to see Mega Ran perform live and stuff. So he was there, my man DJ A-Rock, shout out to both of them. So we went to go support that. That was Friday. Saturday, I actually checked out, I'm a member, for those who don't know, I'm a member of the DC Grammy chapter. And so I'm a voting member. And I also participate in a lot of the workshops and different things that they offer musicians. And so, so one of the family members of Sabra was speaking along with another brother, Chris, Tamar, something like that. I forget how you say his last name, but he was speaking, and this other woman named Piper, I forget what her last name is, but they are all like producers, engineers, and mastering engineers and like mixing engineers. So it was just education, bro. Like I'm just, listening to mixes and stuff they've done. They're breaking down their work and then just giving advice to other professionals in the biz, and they've done really well for themselves.
Was that studio really as beautiful as it looked from the pictures? Like that shit
more so.
Crazy, man.
More so.
Yeah.
That picture don't do any justice. It doesn't no justice.
Crazy.
So if
I was envious when I looked at the picture. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been there. Like I would have. I would have been sitting in the corner like.
Right. Yeah. It was dope. It was real dope. Kokai was there. Carolyn Malachi was there. Shout out to both of them. A lot of homies from just the DMV scene, man, was just present and just there to educate ourselves, man, and get great information. So it was super dope. And then today, the reason why, the whole reason why we did this, right? This little portion. So the reason why I'm all dressed up, my cousin Natasha, her daughter, her youngest child, it was her christening today. So we went there. I've been up in Baltimore since like 10 this morning.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we went to brunch afterwards, and when I was on my way back, I'm like, by the time I go to the studio, get situated, it's gonna be time to be live. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna take the tie off. Step out the whip, loosen up the tie, step aside, and Superman is alive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I look like I do his taxes.
Looking all bland. You got the set looking all terrible, man.
I mean, that's. I look like the tax man. You know what I'm saying? So Sherm, I'm looking over everything, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's been a busy one. You know what I mean? You see me try to switch up the picture a little bit. Yeah, it's not doing it here.
It's corny.
I think it's
really uncool. Man.
Yeah, it's
really uncool.
Yeah, so Sherm, help me out. We got any questions?
No questions. Just a couple comments on Mac Miller. One question. Mac Miller seems heavily influenced by movies. Did y'all hear evidence as whether or not? Could you argue evidence is like Rock Moss? No, I would not say that. I far more enjoy listening to evidence than I do Rock Moss, especially when evidence is with fucking alchemists. I'm waiting for Step Brothers 2. It's supposed to be happening. I hope it does. But yeah, I don't think Evidence is anything. I kind of get the comparison, like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can see that.
I can get the comparison, but I think I don't know. I think he just does more lyrically than Rock Moss does. Like Rock Moss's topics even seem to stay the same a lot. Like he's always on that pimp shit, and at least with Evidence at least tries to rap about shit that everybody can relate to. So I see the comparison, like I said, but yeah, and I guess I have heard whether or not.
Yeah, I think, and whether or not that's the latest.
That's the latest.
Yeah, I've heard it as well. I definitely I can say that I enjoy listening to Evidence a little more than I do Rock Moss, but yeah, I'm definitely with you. Like I feel like he ain't far from it. I think like part of what makes Evidence a little more enjoyable for me is the production a lot of times.
Yes, and yeah.
It's not necessarily what he's saying or how he says it, because I think, he's definitely a dude that you already know what he's gonna sound like when he get on the track. You know what I mean? Like you kind of know where it's going. You know what I mean?
Oh, we have another question.
Okay, here we go.
As of late, what's in heavy rotation for you two?
You know what I was listening to, who I was listening to? I was off my late night, and I didn't want to blast nothing too heavy because the little ones just went to bed. But we was working in the studio, and we was just listening to Sherm real heavy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was because I was both of them. I was listening to both albums.
Yeah, Sir is crazy.
Sir is dope. Yeah, so because I was with the missus and stuff, so I was like, I ain't gonna rap her to death. You know what I mean? I mean, she's married to a rapper. She hears a lot of rap. So I was like, I switch it up
a little bit.
Yeah, because she's heard like 1 or 2 songs from Sir, but not enough to really know who he is. And so so when I played it, she definitely was like, what is this? Who is this? And so I've been listening to Sir, and and I like Sherm still has to hear, but I've been listening to the Off Days. The Off Days is a group that is a combination of Deacon the Villain, Natty, both of them are from Cunning Linguist, and the homie Shiesty Christ. It's really dope.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
Shiesty Christ is bananas.
Yeah. So they just dropped a maxi single on Bandcamp, so it's available in cassette form. They got shirts, all of that. You get to hear some remixes of some of the songs, that didn't make the actual album that's coming. And it's dope. Like, it's really dope. So check out the Off Days. It's exclusively on Bandcamp right now. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the album drops this week. The full album is dropping this week. They were just talking about it on Hip Hop DX, and they were talking about it on Two Dope Boys as well. But
make sure you remind me. So
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link for sure. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, what's been in heavy rotation, we do have some more questions too.
Okay.
What's been in heavy rotation for me right now is Mac Miller Swimming. I've literally listened to the album like 8 times already. I think it just came out yesterday. And Buddy, Harlan and Alondra. So I made a playlist the other day. This is a pretty dope playlist. This is real quick, and I've always got quick playlists. Buddy, Harlan and Alondra. Mac Miller Swimming, and Asher Roth Retro Hash. Put them joints in the playlist. You're welcome in advance. I stole that from this guy here.
Fat man.
Trust me. But Buddy, Harlan, and Alondra, and Mac Miller Swimming is what I have in heavy rotation right now.
That's the
Yes, we are talking about Rock Moss that used to be with Flip Mode. What up? Derg Wordsmith. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Do you two have a favorite color that you associate with an album? And if so, why?
That is
wow. Let me see. Wow. Okay, so we do got. Hey, Levi got him. Okay, Levi got a few of them.
Okay, Levi.
Okay, so let's go. Let's start with that one.
Yeah.
You want to go first, or I go first?
Yeah, you go first this time. Yeah,
all right.
I'm trying to get my situation situated.
A favorite color that I would associate with an album.
It's a great question.
I do have a favorite color. I cannot associate it with an album, but the color that I would associate with my favorite album, like whenever I look at it, I always see gold, is Illmatic. Like whenever it like almost has its own aura, and it's a gold aura, and it's like, because like the dude, like it's just fucking majestic, man. It's just, It's Nas. It's the rap god. So I would say, yeah, that's the color that I would associate with my favorite album. Not that was necessarily the question, but
right. My favorite color is orange, right? I don't think a lot of people expect me to say that.
It's a weird color to be your favorite. I've never heard
It's my
of
favorite fruit. It's my favorite color. I associate my favorite season is fall. So I associate
that is a fall color.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So like not necessarily like the brightest orange ever, right? Like a burnt orange. Like I like the color orange.
That is dope.
Yeah,
burnt oranges.
It's a dope color. Yep. Hey, like it's been I've used it in a few of the covers.
I used to always look for that in the Crayola box, burnt sienna. I used to always look for that joint when it first came out. Like, yo, this color is so crazy. Yeah, it's like orange, but it's got a lot of soul. It's real rich.
It's a soulful orange. Yes. Yo, that's hilarious. I'm gonna remember that. You know what I'm saying? It's a soulful orange. Yeah, man. Like I love the color orange. The album I associated with is what's my man? Oh my God, Frank Ocean. His first orange. Yeah, the channel orange on it. Yeah.
That classic ass shit.
Yeah, so when I think of that color, that's the first album that comes to mind every time because it's called Channel Orange. So, but yeah, and it's a soulful orange.
It is.
Look at that.
It is a soulful orange. It's double entendre.
It's a soulful orange. So yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Is there an album that you guys have that reminds you of equally a good and bad time in your life? Damn, Levi. Damn.
Levi is like Barber Waltz is up in this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Is there an album that you guys have that reminds you of equally a good and bad time? I would say yes. It's a few of those for me. It's a few of them, and the first one I would say would be Anthony Hamilton's "Coming From Where I'm From," because there was a lot of shit going on with me around when that album came out. So, and I was like kind of coming out of it. Type, yeah. So that would be mine. Is "Coming From Where I'm From." Anthony Hamilton, still one of my favorite albums.
Okay. So I guess for me, let me see. I think for me, it would be what's the name of that Organized Confusion album? Extinction
Agenda.
Yeah, Extinction Agenda. So that's the album for me. Because the first song, even though they had put out earlier material, the first song I had ever heard from them, I didn't get onto them when they first came out. Organized Confusion. It was the first song I heard from them was Stress. Crush, Kill, Destroy, Stress. So that particular year, that was my freshman year of high school, I believe. I think that was freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was my sophomore year. I know I heard Stress. Yeah, I heard Stress the summer after my freshman year, right? And so that album though, yeah, bro. I just remember Prince Poe walking through the snow with no shirt on and a knapsack with a scully cap.
That video was so sick,
and
man.
the dude was just rapping hard and like, yo, bro, like that. I remember being at the crib during the summer, seeing that and being like, hey, this is amazing. And so I know the album came out somewhere in the first 2 years of high school for me. And those years were extremely it was an amazing time. It was my first time going to an art school, right? Like an art high school. So the first time I really dived into my art, at that level. But then it was extremely, it's not doing it on here either. Yeah, I don't know. I tried. You know what I'm saying? At least I wasn't crazy. Yeah, I was hating. But anyway, so it was good for that, right? Because that was also the beginning of me rapping really. But then the bad was that freshman year of high school was one of the worst years in my life in terms of death. You know what I mean? I lost my grandfather on my father's side. I lost my nephew. I lost my favorite uncle, my uncle I was closest to. Was it my homie? I think this was around the time I think Will's father died not too long. It was around that time. It was just a lot, man. Like it was a lot of negative stuff happening. Not too long after that, I was shot at for the first time. Man, it wasn't the only time in my life I had someone pull a gun on me and shoot at me. But yeah, like it was a lot. It was just a lot. So that song, Stress, like when that song came out, that was my song, bro, for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like Stress. That joint, push, kill, destroy, stress. That shit was, yeah, man. It was the anthem. So, yeah, dope question, man. Thank you. You know.
Let's see.
Levi still going in?
Yeah, substantial. What brought you to your artistry?
It was really like just being a fan. I was just a fan of dope rap music, and I remember like I was really good at memorizing the lyrics of songs, and so we'd be at the lunch table. One of the homies would be beating on the table, and me and my man Asim from Godzilla would just be rapping the lyrics to our favorite songs, and we would rap them joints like they were ours, and so we would battle. You know what I mean? Like we were battling with other people's lyrics. Yeah, that was dope. Like I remember one of the dopest moments doing that was I had spit a Keith Murray lyric. It was a verse where he was like, "You can say I got my thinking cap on backwards." I used to love that verse, and Asim came back with like a Biggie verse or whatever that basically saying that was basically like fuck your head or something. So like I can't remember how the Biggie lyric went, but I just know the comeback was so dope. You would have thought that we were rapping our own shit, but that's how many like verses that we just had committed to memory because rap was just so dope at that time. Some dope rap now too, of course, but like. You know, when you're a teen listening to this, it's a whole different feeling. You know what I mean? Than where we're at right now. Yeah. Because your experience of the world is limited, so you're listening to people oftentimes who have more experience than you. You know what I mean? And they're just far more clever than you are when they come to explaining their experiences. So this shit is like, this just has you in awe all the time. So now it's just like we've heard so much stuff. It's just like, man. Yeah, right. You know? But yeah. So I mean, yeah, man, just being a fan first and foremost and rapping so many other people's lyrics. When my voice started to change, people would hear me rap their lyrics and would say things to me like, yo, you sound better than the people who actually made the song. And that was a huge compliment for me because oftentimes they were talking about people who I was huge fans of. So it made me feel like maybe I could do it. And then I wrote some joints, came back, spit it for our man Taiwan or whatever, shout out to him. And he stamped me, he was like, yo, it's dope. And I just kept running with it. You know what I mean?
See, question for me. Sherm, ever go to cut someone's hair and deny them because of hygiene?
You filthy animal. Out of my chair.
Yes, not anymore because now my clientele is very exclusive. Like I don't deal with non-hygienic individuals. But yeah, definitely ringworm. Just like definitely with the way too much grease. Can't do anything with that. Too much product in your hair. Like yeah, definitely have had to deny a few people, and it's amazing. I find it amazing that people still come to the barbershop with grease in their hair. And you say, hey man, you can't have grease in your hair when you get a haircut. Oh, well I mean, I just put that in here today. Like I've had people tell me they put grease in their hair to come get a haircut. Like why did you do that? I thought it would make the haircut look better.
I intentionally washed the hell out of my hair before I see you.
No,
just to make sure.
I just put grease in it this morning. Why? You knew you were coming to get your haircut because I figured it would make the haircut look better because the hair is laying down. No,
you gotta hit them with the cold joint. Cold? You stupid.
I be trying to, I try to be real light with people's feelings because I could be an a-hole at times. So I just kind of, I kind of let it go. I let it go. But to answer your question, yes. Don't pay him any attention, or pay the peanut gallery any attention.
He is way more mean with me. Right? Like, hey, funny story. Here, y'all ain't asked, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Yeah, Substantial Sundays give you an exclusive show. I'm gonna show you the level of meanness meanness that this dude, right? So I was being an idiot. I'm just starting like that. I was being an idiot. It was college years. People are idiots in college. Let's just start that. We all can agree with that. We're idiots in college. And so, yo, I go to kick my door, I don't know, because I'm an idiot. I go to try to kick my door open.
But the lock used to,
it don't stick or whatever. Yeah. So I go to kick my door open, and my pants are like, you know, sagging, right? So I can't even lift my leg fully up. So I try to snatch it. Yeah. the first time. I was getting there. So I can't get it fully up. So I'm trying. And then I just try to do it real hard. I snatched so hard. Instead of ripping my pants, because these were good pants apparently.
Apparently.
It's the tug. Like when I go to kick, it pulled my other leg from up under me. Before the jeans won't even rip, like it just snatched my other leg. Oh, like you coming too?
I said momentum science.
Right. And bro, like my whole body just leaves the ground a good 3 feet in the air, and then I hit the ground so hard, bro, like so hard. This a-hole, this jerk right here, he shakes his hand like a disgusted parent, right? Just like, idiot. It literally steps over me, dog. He steps.
What was I supposed to do?
He didn't laugh at me. He didn't laugh at me enough.
That is such a vivid memory.
Yo,
such a vivid memory.
Shook his head with disgust. Like,
and poured the Iverson, Tyronn Lue
and stepped over me, did not help me up, and then walked into my apartment. Yo,
that is such a vivid memory.
That is the level of a-hole that I am.
That's why I don't always speak my mind, because it does not always come out the right way. It's because I'm real straightforward, and that was like, if I would have responded, it would have just been, damn, that was dumb. So it was more, the step over was just the, damn, that was dumb.
Idiot. Just stepped up.
Hey, I'm trying to get in the crib. You doing dumb shit.
I can't remember if it was idiot, dumbass, it was something along the, or maybe it was just stupid. And he just steps on, it was any of that. He steps over me and then walks into my place. I don't even remember if the door closed before I got in. If it did, it would probably be even funnier. That was probably one of the more embarrassing moments of my friendship with this guy. Yeah, so that's who you're dealing with, folks. That's who you're dealing with. So if you're in his barber chair and you're narcoleptic, and then you just black out, you dealt with one.
No, I don't know if they're narcoleptic, but motherfuckers falling sleeping all the damn time, man.
I'm guilty of that.
You're not the worst though, dog.
Yeah, oh man.
You're not the worst.
And
it's so bad. Like, I'm not even going to go into what I want to say, just in case accidentally one day one of my
somebody
watch it. But that is a pet peeve of mine. I don't know about other barbers, but dude, if you're asking me to draw a straight line, how you gonna move the paper? How you gonna move the paper? I hate that. Like, you want me to cut your hair? Like, if I just didn't say, hey man, can you please wake up? Like, if I just said fuck it and just cut your hair how you fall asleep, and any kind of way that you move when you fall asleep, and I hand you the mirror, I'm like, yep, this is you, you're good, pay me, you fuck out. You'd be like, dog, look at my shit. Stop falling asleep in the chair. That is a pet peeve. I'm sorry. I just completely took over what you were saying.
Nah, I mean, I can only imagine.
Oh my God.
I can only imagine.
Oh my God.
I can't think of anything like that as a musician.
That shit just enraged me right quick.
Yeah.
It enraged me.
I'm guilty of drifting in this dude's chair all the time, man. Because it's like, I'm a dude that if I'm not doing anything in particular, like, for instance, we were just hanging in here and we weren't talking, you know what I mean? Like, as quick as we were looking at something,
oh man, yep.
That's just what happens with me, because it's like, it's like a shark, you know what I mean? A shark is like always in motion, right? Like they're always moving. Like if a shark is still, a shark is dead. You know what I mean? Like, look them up. I know a lot about sharks, right? And it's like, that's how I am, dude. Like, if I'm not doing something or in motion, I'm off the nod. So I can only imagine how difficult it is for you trying to do what you do.
Let me just show you what this one dude hit me with before we go to the next question.
Alright.
I had a dude fall asleep, and it wasn't bad. Like, I'm cutting, he's sleeping.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he hits me with this.
Oh,
I'm cutting you.
no.
I'm cutting you. And he goes,
Oh,
luckily, like I'm quick. Like I have really quick reflexes.
Cat like
Dog.
reflexes.
But
Sure,
they don't understand how pissed off I am because, like, dog, if I would have fucked you up, you'd have been looking at me like, what can you do to fix this? Now I gotta add time to your haircut. Are you gonna pay me more? Probably not. Okay, next question, because we all
crazy. That is crazy. Sheff the Barber, ladies and gentlemen. Sheff the Barber.
Sherman Sub, do you guys have a public Spotify playlist with tracks in your current rotation?
This is a great time to transition. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is a conversation. Thank you for that question, number one. Number two, that is something we're actually working on. So we're supposed to link up this week to finish it. We've already kind of started the process. So Sherm is actually going to curate it. It's going to be loaded to my account on Spotify. So next Sunday, we will debut the official Substantial Sundays playlist. Okay? So be patient. Next Sunday, just be ready for it.
So look.
Go ahead.
So let me try something out here, right?
Here we go.
Being that what you said about the playlist title, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you guys this.
I know what you're going.
So I got a playlist title that
this is not tea, but it should be.
Mr. Internet here, Mr. Social Media, which I definitely respect.
Right.
He does not like the title. I love the title. So the title that I have, and if you guys like it, let me know or let us know if we should keep this title or if we should come up with some old generic ass title.
And then and what I was go ahead. I'm gonna let you. Yeah. So what I was gonna say is, I wasn't suggesting that we come up with a generic title, but what I was trying to explain to Sherm.
I already know. I understand. No, I understand.
I'm just giving them the background.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're about to give too much explanation, man.
He's gonna tell you.
So my title that I came up with, because once he said come up with something else, I was like, fuck that, because I took time on this. I don't know anything else because I embody what I call this. I call it trap music, and it's trap muse with IC in parentheses. So the reason why I call it trap music is because, what is the trap? The trap is where you sell work. I'm in my house, this is where I work from, so this is my trap. This is my trap, so that's why the trap. Muse, when I'm in here working, when I'm in my trap working, my muse is my music. It helps my shit, it helps me cut better. So trap muse and the IC obviously because it's music. So which is why I coined the title trap music. If you think that's super whack, say it's fucking super whack, it's gone from memory. I'll fucking Men in Black the shit. It's done.
So what I said to him, right, is basically most people who are on these who are on social media, all right, such a hater, such a hating ass hater. You'll say hating ass hater. So what I told him is basically people who are usually on these different platforms, like someone who searches the word trap, 9 times out of 10, they're looking for trap. You see what I'm saying? So if we tell you obviously, and we tell you the name of the playlist, so obviously that's what you're gonna look for, so you know what to check for. But I was just telling him where the confusion comes in, because definitely the stuff that he's trying to put in the playlist, or he's planning to put in there, it's not trap.
But I don't care though. But I understand what he's saying. I respect his opinion, but I don't even really care though.
I don't know. So that's part of the hold up and why the playlist hasn't gone live yet. And then when I asked him for a different name, that's when he gave me the generic.
So I could just call it.
Even though he spells it creatively, the first one, it's still kind of a generic name.
It's not. No, it's not. Because of the way it's spelled.
Right.
And the meaning. So you gotta hear the whole shit. Oh.
See what I'm doing with?
Fuck rappers. Fuck rappers.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just feedback from y'all. So you should probably tell them what type of music to kind of expect.
The shit you hear. Just
stuff that we playing in the
background. There's I don't think Marcus D likes this. But chill jazzy shit, I saw him tweet some shit about calling it chill jazzy shit.
I got it to work.
Chill, you got bet. Real chill jazzy, kind of thought-provoking instrumental type shit.
And someone in Levi said, "Is there any more drink left?"
What are you trying to say? But yeah, there is one more. If you were in Maryland, you could come through. I'd let you have it. Shout out to Krabby's. Oh, spectacular.
Yo, I didn't realize he was going in like that. I just looked. I was like, yeah,
there's only 4 of them.
Right. In my mind, he was still on the same bottle. And then I look, and it's just like his body's over here, son.
This is my muse.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
For today.
I don't drink anymore, but when I did drink, Krabby's is actually great. It's pretty good. You know what I mean? Oh, so what was it?
Oh man, question. Show. Next one. Oh, not a question, but more of a thought. I'm almost 22, and I know nothing but to be me fully, and it hit me so hard recently. I have to pay attention to what I put into my mind and body. Yes, you're 22 and you're fucking realizing that. Clap your fucking self up for that shit. Cause I was not thinking on that level at 22. I don't know about my man here, but I was like, smoke, drink, fuck, other shit that I don't care to disclose on this video. Like, yeah, follow that.
Yes. Hey man, definitely that's dope that you're already on that level, so shout out to you, Levi.
Oh, Levi is 22 with the question.
I mean, Levi different, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Levi
thinks different.
Yeah.
See what I did?
You smart.
You smart.
Oh, Lord.
He almost
that little corny rap dude
Thank
stuff.
you, I appreciate it.
Yes, you ain't one of my stones.
Y'all finally heard Sherm do that voice. You know what I'm saying? I get that voice in private all the time, and that's documented for the world. I just want y'all, yeah. See the A-holes coming out. He getting comfortable. He getting comfortable.
Krabby.
Hey, Levi, yeah, definitely, man. I started thinking about it kind of young too, because I gave up pork when I was 16.
Wait.
Yeah, I was really on the whole, like, the trend that you see with people eating the way they eat. Like, I kind of started a very long time ago. And it was because I got diagnosed with high blood pressure when I was like 14. You know what I'm saying? So I became extremely cautious of my diet at a very young age, partly because of what the conversations I was having with my doctor. And I was just noticing that the medication I was on, the only other people that was taking the type of medicine I was taking was like all in their 50s. You know what I mean? It was all elders. And so, I started realizing, I'm like, if I'm dealing with this now, you know what I mean? Like, I got a feeling my life won't be very long, like, so I got to do something.
Yeah.
And it was partly, it wasn't just what, like, it was what I was eating, but it's a combination of what you're eating mixed with your eating habits. So my mom, like, she worked in the evening, so when I would get home from school, I was preparing my own food. Unless she left leftovers. And a lot of times the leftovers would be like fried fish, no veggies most days, and if it was veggies, it was overcooked. And then like even when she cooked the stuff, and she seasoned and all of that, I grabbed like the seasoned salt, not even the regular salt, the seasoned salt.
The salty salt.
I'm about the super salt, the
salted salt.
You know what I mean? The salt on the earth. It was, I just pour that joint on everything. And man, so that, oodles and noodles, hot dogs, like all just the worst shit you could eat. And I was throwing that in my body on a regular basis when I was younger. And then by the time I hit like 16, I gave up pork, chilled on summer I was eating. And then by the time I was 18, gave up beef, then I gave up chicken. I really wasn't on alcohol like that when I was younger, but then when I hit college or whatever, maybe like midway through, by the time I got out of college, I was definitely drinking. But I gave up that eventually too. So hey man, I'm right there with you, Levi. So peace to you.
Just a quick one. We gotta get like this.
Any show dates in
New
New Jersey? No show dates in New Jersey. Sorry to disappoint you. I do have one show coming up, as I mentioned in the title of the video. It's not a show actually. I'm a part of a panel. That's coming up this weekend for Otakon. Otakon is happening in the DMV area. Look it up, otakon.com. I'm sitting on a panel with the homie Kate Murdoch. Shout out to the homie Chris as well. It's a panel on anime and hip hop and its connection. You know what I mean? So so doing that from 2 to 3 p.m. this weekend. That's the only real upcoming event that I have that's confirmed. I got a couple things in the works, but not confirmed yet. So anybody else that's getting ready to ask about shows, you can go ahead and not ask about shows because I don't have any shows booked. Right now, everything's studio, rappity rap, beats, mostly beats. Pause. So let me see. Any other questions? Should the visuals be just as good as the music? I think that was related to something else we were talking about. The visuals being just as good as the music.
I don't think it was, because I kind of tried to look back. I don't think it was really related to anything. I think that's just, I think he's just saying as far as music period, should music visuals like videos should they be as good as
better?
What are we talking?
Better.
I feel like we're talking.
In my personal opinion, I think it should be better.
Doing visuals.
Yeah. So I think that the visuals, if you're gonna do a music video, I think it should be better than the song, right? It either has to be as good or better. Because if it isn't, you defeated the whole purpose of doing a video. So part of the reason why you don't see me do a lot of videos is because a lot of time I don't have a concept that I think, either I don't have a concept that I think is going to enhance the song, or I have a great concept, but I don't have the budget to shoot the video the way I want to shoot it. You know what I mean? And so I look at somebody like Toby Newigwe, like, yo, his visuals are dope. They're simple. They're not even really complicated, right? It's just executed really well, and it's unique, and it looks really good. And it makes, I feel like some of his songs, I feel like some of his videos make me like the songs, or like are better than the songs actually are. You know what I mean?
Definitely make songs.
Yeah, so yeah, I think that the visuals are extremely important. All right, let's get a few more questions, because we're gonna wrap up probably in like about 10-15 minutes.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah, because what time we saw? Like 6:30.
Yeah.
So it's like 7:19 right now. This episode flew. You know what I'm saying?
Favorite movies about hip hop. Brown Sugar is mine.
Brown Sugar's dope.
I'm gonna say mine.
Oh, is mine.
Well, no, I got 3 actually. Brown Sugar's definitely one. The Tribe Called Quest joint. What was that shit called?
Beats Rhymes and Life. That's a great documentary.
And the old joint. The old joint back in the day, the show.
Oh, the show.
The show.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't really great, but what I remember about the show, because I haven't seen it in a while, but what I remember about the show is the raw footage that it showed of the acts behind like backstage. Like that, but yeah, that's pre-YouTube and all that. Yeah. So really getting that much access to some of our favorite rappers and stuff like that was rare. You know what I mean? So yeah, the show was dope. Those are my 3.
Yeah, the show was dope. I do like there's a really dope B-boy documentary called Planet B-Boy. Planet B-Boy is one of my favorites. It talks about like the biggest B-boy battle in the world, or B-people battle, if you want to be PC. Yeah, it is really, really dope. It's a great documentary. Shout out to my homie Goofball. Time of Goofball put me on to that. But yeah, that's one of my favorite hip-hop documentaries. I like that. Other hip-hop movies I think were really dope. I like the Scratch documentary as well, which is like talking about the history of scratching. That was really, really dope. Other hip-hop movies that I really love. Beat Street's a classic, man. You know, Beat Street's a classic, yo. I love the Beat Street films. I even like the Breaking joint. The funny thing is, Breaking 2, as an adult, it's one of the worst hip-hop movies ever made. But as a kid, as a kid who wasn't from New York, who wasn't from LA, strictly as a child watching this, I thought it was the coolest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? But I watched it again as an adult because it literally as a child.
They trying to get real sci-fi with it, right?
Part 2 is when they basically were trying to save that community center. You know what I mean? They were trying to save the community center, and the band was like breaking up the wall.
Yeah,
trying to get the girls.
Yeah, all that sci-fi.
But then in the first one, didn't he break dance with the broom floating?
Yeah, but it wasn't that though. That was cool.
Right.
Climbing up the wall was like, come the fuck out of here.
Hey, bro, we were kids.
But no, even when you saw Genuine reenacted, it was still cool. The climbing up the wall shit was never fucking cool, dog. That was never fucking cool. When I saw that, as a kid, yeah, but like, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I'm like, you breakdancing on the motherfucking wall, like, this is stupid, it's breaking too, so I'm gonna like it because it's breaking too.
I don't see how breakdancing on the wall is corny. Hold up. And breakdancing with a broomstick isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it was the fact that he made it look like he was doing it with his hands, like he was making the broom move with his hands. Climbing up the wall, where's your grippers on your knees? Like, it doesn't look like magic, it looks stupid. Shit was dumb.
Agree to disagree.
Jump out the fucking roof.
When I was a kid, I thought it was dope.
Jump out the fucking roof.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when I grew up and watched it again, I was like, yeah, this is a terrible movie. And not for nothing, even the first breaking joint, just the whole the way they Hollywooded up. Like we just can't make it about these two breakdancers from an urban community, right? Like we just can't have it be about a black dude and a Latino dude. You know what I mean? So we gotta add this white girl who does ballet, you know what I mean, to the mix.
Right.
Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But those are some of my favorites.
Somebody, you hating on my title, Malcolm Jackson.
Hey, thank you, Malcolm.
No, thank you, Malcolm. I don't like your music anymore. Malcolm that's a musician, right?
Or yeah.
Oh, don't like your music anymore, Malcolm. You're not a good musician at all.
Still dope to me, Malcolm.
Your contributions to the garden were no good.
Hey. So I said, hold on, I just missed one. Yeah, we got a whole lot of questions to get.
If I were to cut my own hair, how would I do that evenly? I don't really care too much for the lineup because my baby hairs are too thin.
He said baby hairs?
Yeah. Some people still have those. Like people got real thin hairlines.
But if you're an adult, is it still baby hairs?
It's baby hair, man. So what you do is make sure you cut backwards. Like
whenever someone say baby hairs,
do not cut with the grain. You will never get your own hair even cutting with the grain unless you got a whole lot of patience and unless you're a barber. So if you're gonna cut your own hair, I'd say cut it backwards. It's a lot easier to get it even that way. But what I would really suggest is just not cutting your own hair. I would always suggest going to find a barber because barbers are fucking dope. Having a nice haircut is fucking awesome. It makes you feel like a $1 zillion bill. But if that's what you got to do, just cut it backwards. But don't cut it yourself.
Let me try to catch these questions. Garab, hopefully you're still in here. Sorry, I just got to your question now because I know you asked it almost 20 minutes, no, over 20 minutes ago. So the question was, how does the process of recording for a foreign producer like Ninja Best and Nishihara go down? So it's real simple. 9 times out of 10, when I was working heavy with both of these brothers, they were contacting me via email. They were sending me the music via email, and basically I download the tracks, let them know if I liked it first, and then after we confirmed the business side of everything, I basically just write, record, send it to them. They let me know if they dig it. If not, I go back in. We go back and forth a little bit till it was done. The early stuff with Nugent Best was a little different because initially, before we were sending tracks via email, he was literally sending me the beats on cassette. You know what I mean? So yeah, And keep in mind, this was before super fast internet connections. So even by the time he started sending me beats via email, this is on 56K joint, that little AOL.
Yeah. So it might take all day to get that.
Bruh, 3 hours to download one MP3. Not even a wave. I'm talking about an MP3 was taking hours to download. And then God forbid you lose the connection. Because that used to happen a lot of drop connections. So so our early work, when he was sending me beats, he was sending stuff on cassette.
You got some more?
Huh?
You got some more?
Some more.
Cocaine?
Oh yeah, I got some more coke in the back. I don't. My nose is running. I don't know why. I don't know. My nose is running. So anyway, shut up, Sherm. I hate this guy sometimes. He is the worst. He's a terrible barber. Burn down the Sheff Shop if you're in the area. This place. No, I'm playing. It's all good. This is what I deal with in real life. This is what you don't see off camera. You know what I'm saying? The tomfoolery. But yeah, nah, man. It was just a challenging process back in the day, but these days it's really streamlined.
Sending you a cassette, dog.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I can't even imagine what that was like.
Oh, Lounge Man, pardon me, asked what happened to Fat John. Hopefully you're still watching.
Yeah, right.
If you're not, I'm sorry. I know it took us a minute because, we joking, we clowning. But Fat John, he lives in Germany now. He's still doing beats. He's doing his thing. He did a really dope beat mixtape for, what's it called? Teflon Funk, the manga or whatever, the really dope manga, which is about the Bronx or whatever, and these 4 characters. So check out Teflon Funk. And you can hear that project from Fat John, which I think came out a couple of years ago. Like, it's not super old, but it's not super recent either. Yeah. Let's see, what else we got? I think that was, we got them all? I think so. Let me see. It's close to wrap-up time, huh? Alright, hold up. Someone said don't cut your own hair, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we got them all.
Really, on some real, like, sincere shit, though. So anybody out there still watching, support barbers. I'm not going to say your local barber, but find you a good barber and support barbers because, like, I'm just concerned that the whole industry is kind of falling off. Like, it doesn't seem like enough people care about haircuts anymore. Support your barber. Like, be consistent and be I guess faithful. Not faithful, but loyal. Loyal. That's the word I'm looking for. Right? Yeah. But yeah, man, because like dudes like me that really take pride in what we do, like I do it so people can come back and so you tell other people and so I can keep paying my bills and so I can keep doing cool shit with and for my kids. So if you just jump around from chair to chair, it's not good for your barbers. And it's not good for your hairline either. It's definitely not good for your hairline. You jump around like it's a canvas, and everybody's not gonna draw the same picture on your canvas. Like if you want your canvas a certain kind of way, and you find a dude that does it, wolf the fuck out until you can get to that person again. Like real shit, man. Support and be loyal to your fucking barbers, man.
Agreed. I've been rocking with the same barber for years. Me and Sherm, you know what I mean?
Damn, Levi, I'd rather cheat on your girl than your barber.
Wow.
Damn, I'm not saying, I know you're joking, and I'm joking and agreeing with it, right. But no, that's some real shit, man. Like, but I understand where you're coming from with that. Yeah.
For my wife who may be watching, that is bullshit, I do not agree. Right. Yeah. Love you, baby. See you soon.
Oh, no, we did.
He has top 5 producers. Yeah, so we got time for that one? This is the last one. Last of the Q&A because we gotta get ready to wrap. Top 5 producers.
My top 5 producers.
Make it good, Sherm.
I gotta put Kanye in there.
Okay.
It used to be, not now, but past Kanye. I gotta say Kanye. Yeah, right. Primo, of course. Denon, quietly. Denon Porter is definitely one of my favorites. Knowledge now, like, and this 5 can change in a couple of minutes for real. Knowledge, and for my fifth, I'm gonna have to say, damn, shit, I don't know who to say for my 5th.
Oh,
I drew a blank for my 5th. I'm gonna just go with that 4.
I'm about to say
I'm gonna go with
right
the 4.
now. I'm about to say all time.
Oh wait, Dilla.
Right.
That's my 5th.
Yeah, I'm about to say it. So
yeah.
Here it is, top 5 for Stan. J Dilla. Timberland, believe it or not. People always get surprised when I say Timberland. But I mean, part of the criteria for you to be one of the greats for me or one of my favorite is not just to make dope beats, because a lot of people make dope beats. But these are people who created like sounds. They got a particular sound. And it's a signature sound that when they make beats, you know it's them. And then when you hear beats like that are in the vein of them, when it's not them, it's people trying to sound like them. You know what I mean? And so that's why these are mine. So J Dilla, Timberland, Primo, Pete Rock, right? And then who's my fifth? I feel like I was just thinking about somebody. Oh man. Oh. Damn, who was I just thinking about?
On that 5th too, huh?
Now, I had somebody before and then it slipped my mind. Damn. Crazy. Thank you. Hold up. Ugh. Who is it? Oh my God. Mad Lib, yo. Oh. Mad Lib, yeah, yo. Yeah, because I was thinking of some of these West Coast dudes. Damn. Oh, hold up. I got a stiff arm, man. Dre, dog. Dr. King Dre. Dre Day.
I couldn't put Dre in my top.
I'm sorry.
He is definitely one of the best producers ever.
Yeah.
But he does not make my favorite. He does not produce my favorite songs, though.
Yo, listen, Linda, listen. Dr. Dre for me, and I know like my 5 are like, they're big names, right? Like, But I'm just saying, man, like for me, I just feel like they produce some of the greatest music. They birthed some of the greatest music and artists that hip hop or rap has seen, right? And so, and you know, I just happened to grow up in the era when these dudes was just consistently making amazing music. And so, yeah, so that's my top 5. I'm not sorry for it. I will not apologize.
I got
That's
one
it.
of my cousins in here, man. What up, Dre?
What up, cuz?
What up, Big Dre?
Alright, so yeah, hey, shout out
man.
to everyone who tuned in. If you have not had mambo sauce before Levi, I am sorry for you. You need to fix that. But only get it in the DMV. Don't
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I literally my favorite knowledge beat. My favorite. Can I answer that right quick?
Go ahead.
My favorite knowledge beat is that joint off Kendrick's album.
Mama.
What was that shit called?
Mama.
Yes, Mama.
Look,
That is my
that
favorite knowledge beat.
Because I heard that was my first beat I ever heard from him. And then I went and listened to his catalog, and he had some other dope beats. But I was like, that one. But you know what it is? Shout out to dope engineers. Shout out to dope mixing and mastering engineers. Because sometimes you'll hear a great producer on someone else's album, but they had great engineers working on that album. And then when you hear their other stuff, it doesn't sound as good as what you initially heard. And so Kendrick's working with some beats behind the boards. You see what I'm saying? And knowledge might not be consistently working with those people on his own. And it doesn't mean he's not dope. It's not a shot at him, because he is dope. But I think like the way that beat feel, and then the original song, I'm a fan of the song he sampled too. So like the way he flipped that joint, it's a Layla Hathaway joint.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I played that joint for you after. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's hands down my favorite knowledge beat too. Sherm, what is your favorite? Oh yeah, we got that.
Yeah.
So, hey, no more questions. No more questions, son. Done, son. So look, couple quick things. What I need y'all to do, right? If you do not follow me on Spotify, make sure you follow me on Spotify. So that way you can get an update when new music comes, but also so you can check out this playlist that Sherm is conjuring up for Substantial Sundays, the official Substantial Sundays playlist. Background music that you're hearing right now, by the way, is from the Zillner Project by the homie Sheff Zillner, who's super dope producer. Maybe he'll make the cut, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some of the other dopeness that you've heard during the show will be in there. Be patient, you'll see. Make sure you go to the description, follow my man Sheff the Barber. Make sure you follow me as well if you don't already. If you have not subscribed to the channel, why are you playing yourself? Don't be a jerk. Subscribe to the channel.
Please spread the word.
Yes, man.
Please spread the word.
We had a great show, man. I feel like it was a fun show today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I missed you, man.
Yeah, man.
That
week off,
That week off is real. You know what I'm saying? What's okay? But yeah, we gotta go, bro, because we got families waiting on us. And you know, Power coming on tonight. I know he don't care. I like it. So hey, I like it. Power coming on. I watch Insecure. Oh,
Insecure is back?
Insecure should be coming back. I think if it doesn't come back today,
I will watch that.
I think
we'll watch that. That makes for good conversation.
And I did finish the one thing I was supposed to talk about earlier but didn't, and I'll just mention it real quick, was Orange, new season of Orange is the New Black. Just finished watching that. Yeah, man, it was like it definitely. They do a good job of getting you in your feelings. Like for my wife, they are a constant reminder, and me too, that I never want to go to prison. Right? Yeah. ever. Like it might be suicide by cop if they even mention prison.
Man, putting on going to piss when I feel like it is a constant reminder why I don't want to go to prison.
Being able to shower without worrying about my ass being taken or being shit.
Anal rape is definitely the reason.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? Having a curtain when I shower is a reason to stay out of prison. Like, there are so many reasons.
Hug your shower curtain tonight, please.
Hug it. You know what I'm saying? You might break that joint from the rock. You know what I'm saying? Crying in the shower. Balled up. Water all hot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that show, it's a constant reminder of why I didn't really get into Oz real heavy. I know it's a great show, but I knew I just didn't want to, when people, I've had family members and homies that went to prison, and they'll tell you flat out, you get locked up, I ain't coming to see you. Like, that's how much I don't fuck with prison. So, I ain't coming to see you. I will write Sherm if you go to jail or go to prison. I ain't coming to see you, bro.
I
I will put up money to help with whatever. I will write you letters, my dude. I am not coming in there to see you.
I'm the same dude.
Yeah.
I don't need to go.
So to my fan, don't get locked up. I ain't coming to see you. I will write you. I've written a fan that wrote me from prison one time. I wrote them back and all that. I'll do the writing with you, but I ain't coming to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what I said to some youngins one time. I was like, yo, you want to take advantage of the relationship we have and spend more time together and hang out and all of that? Stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. Because once you go to prison, it's a wrap. I'm sorry. That sucks. That sucks. You know what I mean? I'll be out here. I might even get a little free my man t-shirt, but I ain't gonna see you. I'm gonna write you. You know what I'm saying? So it's keeping it all the way 100. So on that note, we gotta go. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This is where I bum rush the camera, and this is where you need to go ahead and subscribe, and you need to turn on the notifications.
That's the word too.
You know what I'm saying? Peace. Peace.